how to find your own brand, because sometimes I think we're so caught up in rebranding over and over and over again that we never even actually commit to our truest self and to our true brand. We never even actually commit to our truest self and to our true brand. Truest self and to our true brand. And I think in order to get to your true brand, you have to remember your original brand. Somewhere along our journey, we get changed, shaped, and even molded, some would say jaded, by the things that we've been through, which can cloud our vision. We abandon our ideas, creativity, dreams, and even that faith, and then we absorb things that aren't really meant for us to hold. So I'm excited that going forward will look like honoring the most true, honest version of myself and you. So I feel like that's what we really need to hone in on for 2025. It starts out of a necessity. I feel like a wellness, glow up, all those kinds of journeys start after you've hit rock bottom. What did 2024 look like for you? Tragedy or triumph, or maybe a mix of both? Let me start here, the bottom. The funny thing about 2021 is that it started with beautiful mountaintop moments of bliss, wonder, and abounding excitement, as you can see. But in a few short months, it quickly turned into grief, frustration, and pain. One day you're on a trip of a lifetime visiting one of your sweet friends in the world, and the very next day you're looking at text messages of someone you'll never see again. So many days filled with tears and prayers that felt like they were hitting a brick wall, bouncing back and just absolutely shattering right in front of me, trying to figure out, how am I going to find a path forward, just grappling with this new shockwave of reality. And then, of course, more heartache as the fabric of your foundation just start to get pulled apart by the rapture of time. The weight is getting heavy, and trust me, the weight starts to pile on. And as they say, the body keeps score. But one day you look up and zoom out and look at your life and say, wait, absolutely not. So now that you've made a conscious decision to have hope, focusing on wellness rather than what overwhelms us will literally save your life. Leaving toxic work environments, starting to move your body for your mind, eat, pray, love with the utmost of gratitude. This is your sign to be proud of how far you've come and get excited about the opportunity of what is to come. Here's to being happy, healthy, and honoring being true to yourself. Here's to rebranding, which is really honoring your original brand. It's been a minute. I know. And it's like 2025, and probably when you're watching this, it's a whole new year. And we're back. Welcome to my channel, and welcome if you are new here. My name is Nia, and I talk about all things like lifestyle, health, wellness, and just being your best God-given self on this channel. And I'm so happy to bring that into the new year and bring you along the journey with me. But first, I want to make sure, and my priority always is that you have the tools for your own wellness journey, because I think there's a lot of information out there and it can be very overwhelming, but it's always a great place to start with mind, body, and soul. So 2025, brand new year, brand new you, right? That's like what everyone says, rebrand. We're all rebranding. However, I feel like you actually need to know how to rebrand, quote unquote, or really how to find your own brand, because sometimes I think we're so caught up in rebranding over and over and over again that we never even actually commit to our truest self and to our true brand. So I feel like that's what we really need to hone in on for 2025, because everyone rebrands into another version of somebody else. That's not helpful either. We want you to be you, okay? To be you and to do you and to feel your best God-given self. You wake up and now you're like, where do I even start? Do I start working out 7 days a week, drink my water, mind my business, go to therapy, go to church, or do I just crash out for real? Like, where do we even go from here? Well, let's start with step one, okay? First, I want you to find your daily joys. What are those things that no matter how your day goes, you can turn to and it will help you put one foot forward? It's proven that having daily routines or small joys like a morning walk, reading, enjoying a cup of coffee provides a sense of structure. You want to promote consistency and stability first and foremost. That stability is going to help you stay grounded, especially on those challenging days. And secondly, you're going to find regular moments of joy. You want to boost your mental health and your resilience. Regular moments of joy help to reduce the stress and improve your mood, releasing those, feel-good hormones, little dopamine, little serotonin for the girls. And that positive reinforcement is going to build emotional resilience, which we so desperately need. Ultimately, we want to avoid more crashing out and ruminating on what could have, should have, would have been. So let's start 2025 with a positive attitude. And every January, the motivation is high, the discipline is kind of kicking in, you're like boom, 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 boom. But then February and March and April start to roll around and you've fallen off the wagon a bit and you feel a little disappointed and you're like, wow, like I was so motivated at the beginning of the year, what happened? But it doesn't have to be this way. So no more like, I'm going to start on Monday, I'm going to start tomorrow. Let's just start right now and start with the tools that you have in your toolbox right now and put some in there that are really going to help you be sustainable in your wellness journey. Because don't forget, it's a process, it's a journey, it's a lifetime commitment, not just a one-time fix. Let's just get this out of the way, because even someone who makes wellness fitness content, it is not all green smoothies, kale salads, and going to do your cute workout sets, whatever. Speaking of working out, my personal favorite, fitness. While I completely understand it's not everyone's cup of tea, I strongly believe everyone does need a sip. So starting a workout routine can feel overwhelming at first, but with the right approach, it becomes easier and more enjoyable. So here are some beginner-friendly tips to help you get started. One, I want you to set realistic goals. Start small and set achievable goals. For example, aim for 15 to 20 minutes of exercise a few times a week, focusing on consistency rather than intensity in the beginning. 2, you're going to choose enjoyable activities. Pick exercises that actually keep things fun and motivating. If you don't like to throw around the weights, sure, you don't have to. Dance, cycle, walk, experiment, but gradually add some variety to avoid boredom. Make sure, 3, that you warm up and cool down. Always start with 5 to 10 minutes of warming up, stretching, dynamic movements to make sure you are ready to go and avoid injury. And lastly, listen to your body. Start at a pace that feels manageable and don't just push through the pain if you don't have to. We want you to start small and be patient with yourself, and that's the key. The goal is to make working out a regular part of your life and not just perfection. But that's not the entire thing. And I feel like your why is so crucial to this whole entire thing. And that is the key piece that a lot of people are missing, and why things aren't sustainable is what is the reason that you actually want to be on this wellness journey, and is it true to you and true to the future that you see for yourself and your hopes and dreams. Even though there's so many promises out there about a supplement that's going to cure you from your bloating, even though it's really just having too many martinis and fries, or the perfect workout routine that's going to sculpt and tone and snatch everything up. Those are all just milestones on a journey that is a bigger journey called your wellness journey. And that's more so what I'm on, and I hope that you'll join. Like, you don't have to be a wellness influencer or have all the latest and greatest cute workout sets, wellness gear, supplements to actually have a wellness journey of your own. I promise you don't. It starts out of a necessity. So if you're watching this, you've probably hit rock bottom maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times. And if I'm being completely honest, I have also been in that space, and that is what fueled me to get to the point where I was like, okay, I need to get up and take agency over my life and do something about it. Behind the veil, I was still not living as my most true and honest self. And since you've made it this far, I think it's important that you know this so that you don't make the same mistake. It's so important that going forward you confront all of the sides of you for your wellness journey to be holistic. I've mentioned before that I'm a proudly adopted child, but what I haven't so much talked about is the recent journey that I've taken to confront that part of myself. Reaching out to the mother who gave birth to me, and that, by the way, I had never spoken to prior to this past year or two, was a huge physical step in a much larger journey of healing. So I encourage you to be bold and confront the pieces of your life that feel really difficult to tackle so that you don't feel disjointed. You'll heal and be well in a whole place. You won't just leave little pieces of you in every direction. I can confidently say it will show you that everything works out for your good, the triumphs and the tragedies, so that you can go forward with a good and positive attitude. Habits. You can't make great habits out of a bad attitude. So make sure you have a good attitude and make sure you have a really solid why. Wellness is about what works for you and what's going to be sustainable for you, not about what Pinterest tells you at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're scrolling through looking for different inspo. I mean, it's helpful, but not all the way accurate. It's that time of year where the self-improvement content is flowing, the motivation, the discipline is high, but I feel like that's part of the problem in this wellness space, is that self-improvement can so quickly get conflated with self-righteousness. That's the problem. We cannot do it all on our own. It's less about self-improvement and more about letting go of self-righteousness. It's less about discipline and more about being obedient and stewarding what we have. It's less about forming all these habits that you're going to hit all the time and more about gratitude and appreciation for opportunities in front of you. And I promise you, it's less about locking yourself up in a room for 6 months and then popping out to try and prove people wrong or for revenge or whatever, because at the end of the day, you have to do it for you. It's more about finding healthy community and people to support you along your wellness journey. And a wellness journey is so unique to each person, because what probably led you up to even clicking on a video like this in the first place is the fact that you came off of a tough season, or you had a moment where it clicked for you, I need to do something to get myself together and to just operate at a more efficient and operational, better, healthier, well level. You looked at yourself in the mirror and was like, I need to get my stuff together. And no one else is gonna have that moment for you but you. So once you have that moment, that's when you start seeking out, okay, I need to actually have my own wellness journey. And yes, I am going to continue to share and journey this for you so that we can do it together. But I think it's just a beautiful opportunity to pivot, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the first of the year or New Year's resolutions or goals. It just needs to be when you find that motivation inside yourself and God drops into your heart that it's time for a change and it's time to realign and refocus on what your process actually looks like and enjoying the process. I really hope that something in this video you take away from to input into your life that's going to make you so much better in not only 2025 but beyond that, and I'm so excited. So let's do it together.